Hello everyone and welcome back to my Let's Make a Game series. We've already gone over basic file and game structure, and today we're going to start with a little bit of world building. But first, what is world building? I define world building as anything that helps with the overall lore of your game's world. And so, skills, items, classes, actors, enemies, mapping, and of course the story plot will all fall under this category. That said, the world building videos will be titled based on what they're covering, but like the video you're watching right now, they will be titled Database Basics, Mapping Basics, and Story Structure. So let's get started. In this video we're going to be covering database templates for skills and items, since they are both very similar. There are three types of skills and items. First is the type that affect parameters. These include effects that damage or heal. Second is the type that affects status. These include effects that buff or debuff an actor or enemy, and also cause status ailments. The third is the type of miscellaneous effects, which are commonly used to affect the player or the environment in some way and will likely use common events or plugins in order to achieve their effects. So first you're going to want to open your database. You're going to want to click over to the Skills tab, and I'm going to leave all of these default skills alone, but you're welcome to delete any that are not the attack and guard skills. And I'm just going to go ahead and increase the skill maximum to 100 from 10 so that we have a lot to work with. And next we're going to make a separator. I'm just going to do 3 dashes and call it templates. This way you can see it easier when you're adding it to the actors later, and they're organized better for your usage. Next we're going to create one of each type of skill as well. As a reminder, here they are on screen. So you're going to want a healing skill, a damage skill, a buff skill, debuff skill, and of course the two common event skills that I mentioned, one affecting the player and one affecting the field or environment. Now we're going to get straight into making skills, and we're going to start with the parameter affecting skills, so healing and damage. We're going to want to make sure that the healing skill is set to HP recover, and you want the weakest possible formula you're going to use because you can modify this later if you need it stronger. In my case, I'm going to have it just recover a base 20 HP for right now, with a variance of 0 and no critical hits, and the lowest possible MP cost for skills of this type. So I'm going to set it to 8 for now. With damage, I've already set the HP damage here, so that's important because you don't want it to recover and you don't want it to do nothing. I'm also using the base formula from the attack skill, except I've changed the attack to the magic attack and the defense to the magic defense of the target. Once again, 0 variance and no critical hits, and of course the lowest MP cost. Now, right now I'm going to have this just scope the one enemy, and for the hit type I'm going to want to change this to magic if I'm using magic skills. Now for the status affecting skills. There are going to be a few different kinds that you can do here. They can affect increases in parameters during the battle, or health regen, or poison, and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to want to use a regen effect for this tutorial, but by default, the game doesn't have one, so I've added another state slot here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the poison, and paste it here. Then I'm going to edit the HP regeneration, take off the negative, and that's all you really needed to do. You have a regen skill now. I'm just going to add a nice little icon here and put in HP regen for its name, apply, and there it is. So now we're going to go back to skills, and here for buff, I'm going to go to state, add state, and I'm going to add HP regen with a 100% chance, so it will always happen. And then for debuff, I'm going to make the opposite of the regen, so that's going to be the poison state in this case. And that's it. It's just going to be always a certain hit, so it's always going to succeed for the case of the testing phase. We're going to once again want to put the lowest MP cost for skills like this. I'm going to set it to 12 because they are a little stronger than just your direct damage skills, since they can do more damage over time, and they are pretty relevant throughout the game. So next we're going to move on to the player and field effects skills here, and these don't really have anything special yet because we don't know what we're going to do with them. So what we want to do is we would want to link them to their own common events. So I'm going to link them to common event 3 and common event 4. My reason for doing this is in case that I have an intro or something special for the first two common events. I personally want to keep it organized for later. And these again are templates, so technically the player and field skills aren't necessarily going to be attached to those common events, but I just wanted to show that they're each going to have their own common event. Now before we continue, we're going to want to go back to our healing skill and make sure that the scope is set to ally. Same for the buff skill, because you don't want to heal and buff your opponents. Now we're going to make another separator here. I'm going to show you firsthand how to use these templates to populate your library. I'm going to copy the healing skill, and I'm just going to go ahead and copy it paste it 6 times. And now, just rename my skills. I'm going to light healing. Everything else here is fine. Then I'm going to use just healing for this one, and because it's a tier 2 skill, I want it to be 16 on the MP cost, so double the first tier, and we're going to give it double the effect of the previous tier. And then here we're going to have our greater healing skill, which is our 3rd and final tier. It's going to be double the previous tier, so it sits at 32, and it's going to heal for 100. Now these next 3 are going to power AoE skills, or party-wide skills. I'm going to call it light mass healing. We're going to change the scope to all allies. I want it to have a greater MP cost because it is affecting more people, but I want it to have less of an effect because it's affecting more people. And then from there, it's just going to be our mass healing, and just like before, I'm going to want it to be more effective, but not as effective, so I'm going to put it at 25. And we're going to change the scope all allies and double the previous tier, and here we're going to have it 48. Just like that, we have skills that are our healing skills right there. Now there are better formulas, and I'll get into that later, but I just wanted to show the ease of populating the skill tree. You can also do this, of course, with damage skills, so I'm going to go ahead and populate it with a few fire skills. The only differences here, of course, are going to be that first you're going to want to go to the element, and you're going to want to change it to whatever element you're doing. So I'm going to have Lesser Flame. And if you want an icon, you double click here and you change it. I'm going to add a few variables because I want this damage formula to have a little difference between the types of skills I'm going to be doing. So that was 10, so this one's going to be 50. And then the greater flame is going to have 100, just so that it packs more punch with each level. And of course you're going to want to change the MP costs. I'm going to change them to the exact same that they were in the previous set of healing skills. And then for the AoE, you're going to want the all enemies. There is random enemies, but that's not for the type of skill I'm creating at the very least. And you're welcome to use them if you have the types of skills that you want for that. But at least for this example, I will not. And just like before, you would want to change the damage formula. I'm keeping the AoE damage formula the same because I added 10 to the lesser flame. I added 50 to the second tier, so I'm going to add 25 to my second tier AoE, and 100 was the maximum for the greater. I'm going to just set it at 60. And there you go, you have all your fire skills just like that. Make sure you put the elements for each skill, since you did not copy that over from the template, because the template has no element attached to it. And just like that, all of our fire skills. And you can do the same to populate ice skills, wind skills, or whatever type of skills your game is running. Now, before we sign off for this video, I do want to show you that items are pretty much the same as skills, in that we have the healing, damage, buff, debuff, player, and field skills, but we also have stat gain. And stat gain falls under the parameter category that we mentioned before. And what this would do is it permanently adds a stat to that character that uses it. In this case, the template has plus 10 HP, which you would just go here to Other, Grow, and then you have all the parameters right there, and the number that you want. And the only difference between skills is instead of mana, you do want to add a price, the base price line for this type of item. And just like before, you would populate your template or your library. You would rename your skills, make sure that they do what you want them to, like before, and change any small variable that you might need to. So like right here, change the MP, and this would be attack, defense, and so on. And for healing skills, just like, or healing items, I'm sorry, just like before, you copy and paste it, and I have my potion, because I already have the HP recover, and I'm going to go ahead and make another one, and I'm going to call this a mana potion, for simplicity's sake. And all you would have to do is change to mana recover instead of HP recover. And there you go. Damage works the same way as like the fire skills, and buff is already giving you a state. You would just change the state as you need for the item or skill. And there you go. It's that simple. It really is that simple. So next time I am going to cover class templates and actor templates, so please do join me for that. If you liked this video, and hopefully you did learn from something from this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. I hope to see you at the next video. Bye!